Welcome to another edition of CWL Universe. Make sure to check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/KirbyCWL for more of your favorite content. The description will have the link below, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the show.
We are live with episode 9 of Vindication. My name is Alexandra Shaw, joined by the ever-glistening Jay Scott. And tonight, fresh off the heels of Shadowband, we will be deciding every competitor on the Vindication side for the Gold in the Banks ladder matches, both men and women, respectively.
Absolutely, I could not be more excited. There is so much on the line tonight of all nights. We know how momentous and important Gold in the Bank can be as an event. To win that ladder match is just so prestigious, so important, and such a huge opportunity, and we will be seeing who has a chance at that opportunity by the end of the night.
Now, you mentioned the prestige, you mentioned how big of an opportunity it is. Vindication Management has put out an open contract for 2 competitors to claim, all for the chance to compete here tonight and qualify for Gold in the Bank.
The opening match of Vindication is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 142 pounds, from the 7 Seas, Flintlock, GARCIA.
Fresh off the waters of Genesis, here to new shores on Vindication, Flintlock GARCIA is here!
You know, I gotta say, I don't quite get it with Flintlock. I don't really understand what she's about, but, you know, you can't deny that she's as tough as they come in that wrestling ring, although she did not have the best of luck throughout her time on Genesis.
And her opponent, weighing 130 pounds, from Salem, Massachusetts. She is really going through it right now, Marilyn Benson.
Marilyn Benson, someone we haven't seen since Supremacy, making your way down to the ring, but not necessarily in ring attire, Jay Scott. Looks more like she's out on a morning jog than competing for a chance at Gold in the Bank.
Well, you know, we heard our ring announcer. She's really going through it right now, but I gotta say, even a Marilyn Benson not at 100% is a Marilyn Benson that Flintlock GARCIA should be afraid of. We have seen just what this woman is capable of throughout her immense and illustrious career, and it is going to take, in my opinion, a miracle for Flintlock to get any sort of victory over her tonight. I think we are seeing a Marilyn Benson entry into that Gold in the Bank ladder match, and it is going to be spectacular.
Well, this one's underway, a match nobody expected to start off Vindication, as Marilyn Benson not missing a step despite the months away from the ring with the Northern Lights, but not enough to get the 3 count just yet. But even if Marilyn Benson is maybe not at 100%, Jay, you mentioned yourself, what a win it could be for Flintlock GARCIA, not just qualifying for Gold in the Bank, but in her first ever Vindication match beating Marilyn Benson.
Yeah, well, you know, Flintlock, I bet she had a couple of swigs of rum before she came out here. I don't know if she's feeling all of the offense that Marilyn Benson has managed to dish out so far. I mean, these are just 2 incredibly tough women.
Absolutely. as Flintlock Garcia trying to build up some momentum here, trying to gain the upper hand against the more experienced Marilyn Benson, as Benson fights to her feet. But again, it has been so long since we've seen Marilyn Benson in a Vindication ring as she connects with that running blockbuster.
And now, these two just back up on their feet. Marilyn Benson doing what she can, but Flintlock not staying down. Flintlock is going to have to, Flintlock is going to absorb a lot more than that before she's going to go down, but Marilyn Benson has a lot more in her arsenal. Of course, that Arc's end, just one, could be, and probably will be, the end of this match for Flintlock Garcia.
You're right. You know, if Marilyn Benson is able to catch Flintlock Garcia unawares, it could be all over. And right now, Flintlock Garcia, wait a second, catches her with the cutter! Talk about catching someone unawares. She just caught her sleeping here, and now just choking the life out of Marilyn Benson. That death grip around the throat, and the referee's calling for it. Flintlock Garcia in absolute vicious fashion, claiming victory on the first match of the night and her first match on Vindication.
The winner of the match, and qualifying for gold in the bank, Flintlock Garcia.
Flintlock Garcia locking her spot in to gold in the bank. And if there's one thing we know that the Pirates love, Jay, it's a taste of gold. And she's found her treasure map right there.
Absolutely, whether or not she will find success in that ladder match itself, it is absolutely huge that she's qualified for it, getting her first win here on the Orange brand. But we are not even close to done for the night because we have so many more gold in the bank opportunities. But of course, another team that's looking forward to gold in the bank, although not for that ladder match, is of course the Broken Standard, who will be defending their CWL World Tag Team Championships against the Sons of Fenrir, the winners of that tag team tournament.
Yeah, Sons of Fenrir's already punched their ticket last week at Shadowband. Now, the Broken Standard, we've not seen too much of them on Vindication since the start of the tournament, looking to show why they are such a force to be reckoned with.
The following tag team match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 1,724 pounds, your tag team champions, Edward Bronson, Brubba, the Broken Standard.
The Broken Standard they've done just that. They have broken the standard of tag team wrestling for CWL. They have gone through team after team. They've beaten the biggest. They've beaten some of the best. And now, they look to go up against some familiar foes in the Sons of Fenrir at Gold in the Bank.
Yeah, look, the Sons of Fenrir are on a whole nother level than they were previously, but the Broken Standard, as you mentioned, is just somewhere on an entirely different dimension. Look at the arms of Edward Bronson. That man looks like he bench presses Mack trucks as a warm-up. Alright, these are guys who they know what they're about, and what they're about is stepping in between those ropes, ending matches, and getting a paycheck. And they are going to make that same thing happen, not just to the Sons of Fenrir at Gold in the Bank, but to the Crimson Dragons right here tonight.
Yes, Crimson Dragons, part of that tag team tournament, not able to move on, defeated by the Sons of Fenrir, actually. Now, Broken Standard looking to show that they can do anything that the Sons of Fenrir can.
And their opponents, Phil X.
Bill X making his way down to the ring. Been on the Vindication brand for just about a year now, and he was someone who we felt like was on the precipice, and is still on the precipice of getting a major breakthrough. But, Jay, it seems Phil X, he seems to miss that certain key element to push him forward.
You know, Phil X, I never really know what to think of him, because, as you mentioned, he really has had a lot of difficulty getting that momentum and moving forward, but you look at the kind of run that someone like Carl Stone is on right now, and Phil X has beaten him. You know, Phil X has beaten a lot of guys that have gone on to achieve great things in CWL, and you gotta think that you can never truly count him out when he's capable of something like that.
Absolutely, but we know there's been some internal issues with the Crimson Dragons as of late. Jack Thunderheart not getting on the same page as Cybertoa during that tag team tournament. You've got to wonder if maybe that could extend to the likes of Phil X and his tag partner, Max Shearman, here tonight.
That is very true, but on the other hand, you have to keep in mind, I mean, these guys, they are unpredictable in a way, and if they are able to score that win over the Broken Standard tonight, imagine what the ramifications that can mean for the Gold in the Bank match itself.
That's very true. We could see, depending on what management decides, we could see Phil X and Max Shearman punch their ticket here tonight. That's what tonight's all about, securing your spot. And with a good enough win, they could do just that.
Max Shearman, Crimson Dragons.
And here comes the two-time YouTube champion Max Shearman making his way down to the ring. And you've got to feel he'd love to get back into that title hunt this season. We've got plenty of new champions, retaining champions here on the Vindication brand. A new Twitch champion was crowned at Shadowband in EBAC, beating TJ Black, who will be competing in our main event for a qualifying spot later tonight. But got to wonder if maybe Max Shearman is looking to get back into the title picture and maybe win a different prize in the Twitch title.
You know, that would be really something. We've seen what he's capable of in those championship opportunities. We know that he has what it takes to win that championship, and like a light shining in darkness, Max Shearman is looking to bring a bit of divine fury to the Broken Standard tonight, as you mentioned. Yeah, perhaps giving him that little momentum, that little push to challenging EBAC sometime down the line.
That's a pretty big if, though, as standing across the ring from Phil X and Max Shearman now is a pretty big man, as this one gets underway, and Edward Bronson. Jesus.
He hit him so hard with that lariat, he knocked the breath out of your lungs. That was tremendous.
Yeah, dear God. And Phil X tried to get back into this one here, but Edward Bronson putting him deep in the hole early on with that deep lariat. And now just stomping his chest in on the outside. Jay, you've been on the receiving end of offense from Edward Bronson. You can attest firsthand, taking a move like that, it rattles you.
Yeah, I have, been across the ring from the Broken Standard, and let me tell you, it is a thoroughly unpleasant experience. If the Crimson Dragons want to win this, they have to isolate and just tear apart one of the members of the Broken Standard. They cannot win this if the Broken Standard are able to make frequent tags, allowing them to replenish their stamina, their strength, their endurance. That is something that the Crimson Dragons simply cannot allow to have happen if they want a shot in the dark at winning this match, because right now the odds are fully stacked against them in a way that few other tag teams in CWL can really emulate.
We're halfway through our referee's count right now, but here's the thing, Jay, with how dominant and how massive both the members of the broken standard are, how do you pick just one person to isolate? How do you focus on just one man when either man can rip your head off of its shoulders? It's 1 second, Max Shearman maybe looking to get a count-out victory here by distracting Edward Bronson.
And if he can just hold on for a little bit longer, he may... Oh, Edward Bronson able to break that count and make it inside the ring. Edward Bronson looking to take on both members of the Crimson Dragons at once.
Oh, but Phil X catches him while he was distracted by Max Shearman, and that is a little bit of the pride of Edward Bronson and Brubble on display. Both men want to show how dominant they are. Edward Bronson wanted to take on both men, but Phil X showing that he's more of a man than Edward Bronson can handle at this moment.
And now looking for it, just slamming the back of Edward Bronson, and with a big man like that, taking the air out of his lungs, basically completely eliminates him as a possible, threat. Those muscles are huge, but they only work if there's air to feed them. So what Phil X is engaging in right now, working on the abdomen, destroying the back, that is extremely effective offense against a man like Edward Bronson.
Absolutely, but Bronson isn't just some normal man. He's someone who, yes, he can take an absolute beating, like you said, but he can still dish one out just as easy as he looks like he's trying to send Phil X into our audience here. Not having too much luck with it at the moment as Phil X trying to just chop down the tree that is Edward Bronson.
And these guys have loved to take it to the outside during this match so far. And I gotta think that's a little bit more friendly to Edward Bronson than it is to Phil X. Because when it comes to slamming your opponent down on the outside, that's gonna feel a lot worse if you're a smaller man like Phil X than if you can absorb an impact like Edward Bronson can.
And now in comes Max Shearman trying to help out his team here, but gets dropped in the center of the ring. And now, oh my god, the stretch muffler from Edward Bronson, hooking Max Shearman in the air like a priced fish. But Max Shearman connects with the springboard dropkick, doing what he can to get any sort of momentum against Edward Bronson.
And you could tell Edward Bronson did not expect Shearman to go there. Edward Bronson able to get that shoulder up.
And now backbreaker to Brubble, and connects with the side Russian leg sweep. Max Shearman, a house of fire right now, sending him onto the outside of the ring. Oh, but a huge elbow smash from Bronson, and it is not looking good for Max Shearman. This just gets tossed nearly out of the ring over the top rope by Bronson. And now sneaky right hand dodges the line. Does Shearman, showing why he's a former YouTube champion, bringing the fight to the Brisbane Bruiser.
Hitting him with everything he's got there. That huge super kick right across the jaw. Although, he might be better served to attack the legs or the abdomen. Definitely feeling the effects of that lariat already.
Blocks the kick. Goes for the forearm smash again. Max Shearman doing a great job of keeping his distance. And now has him up. Drops him on the back of his head. Air raid crash neck breaker. The death wish. But Brubble is right there.
And I gotta say, that move name seems more apt than ever considering the team they're going against. Max Shearman certainly seems to have a death wish. He thinks he can take on both members of the Broken Standard by himself.
I mean, so far, so good. You mentioned at the top of the match, they need to isolate just one member. They have done just that with Bronson. Brubble not able to get into the match just yet. But Bronson showing why he is such a dangerous competitor. Still got fight left in him.
Looking for the tag. They're not able to get it. Bronson knows that he's in trouble. Even if it's not, deadly trouble. He doesn't want things to get even more, worrisome than they are already. He has taken a lot of damage. And the Crimson Dragons have been doing a good job of making those frequent tags.
Absolutely. And now, though, Edward Bronson just taunting Max Shearman towards the Broken Standard corner. And now Brubble might not even be needed as he gets thumped down onto the mat. And not enough though. Max Shearman somehow kicks out at 2.
And I have to say, that was a kind of lackadaisical attempt to break up the pin there by Phil X, almost driven by pure obligation.
Jesus. And that should do it, though. Phil X not even gonna bother, as the Broken Standard have broken yet another Vindication tag team.
The winners of the match, the team of Edward, Bronson, Brubble, the Broken Standard.
More issues for the Crimson Dragons and more victory for the Broken Standard. Sons of Fenrir may have beaten plenty of fantastic teams to get that shot at Gold in the Bank. But when you're staring down the barrel of having to face these two, doesn't seem like much of a reward now, does it?
Especially considering that match was all Bronson. I mean, Bronson not only took on one, but two members of a team all by himself. That does not look good for the for the Sons of Fenrir. When you consider there's going to be another person added to that mix, their odds of winning drastically go down. And now, of course, we've got another Gold in the Bank qualifying match as Danielle Wright will be going up against Kumio Ishimoto.
Kumio Mishimoto coming off of an unfortunate loss to Kaylin at Shadowband, and Danielle Wright looking to get 2 in a row, 2 straight appearances in the Gold in the Bank ladder match, this time though with a lot more experience under her belt.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 150 pounds, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Danielle Wright.
Danielle Wright making her way down to the ring, and like I said, last season we saw her enter the Gold in the Bank ladder match as a rookie, as a blue chipper, as a prodigy, if you will. But now a year has passed. We have seen her mature. We have seen her get tougher. And now you've got to feel she wants another shot in that ladder match to prove what she has learned over the past year.
I mean, look, she is, without a doubt, in my opinion, a star. She has gone on a meteoric rise, and even though it hasn't been win after win for her, she has shown that she has improved, she has toughened up, and she has what it takes.
And her opponent, weighing 171 pounds, from Kyoto, Japan, Kumio Ishimoto.
Kumio Ishimoto making her way down to the ring now. And while I said last year Danielle Wright was a prodigy, here we are looking at the Golden Prodigy. The Golden Prodigy who came within 3 seconds of becoming Vindication Women's Champion last Sunday at Shadowband, and you've got to feel she would love to grab that briefcase and get one more shot at Kaylin for the gold.
Absolutely, Kumio doesn't miss, and even though her shot was, well, I guess, deflected in that match against Kaylin, she knows that once she gets her hands on that Gold in the Bank briefcase, and I gotta say, if I haven't spilled it already, she's one of my top picks to actually get her hands on that thing and become the new Gold in the Bank briefcase holder. Once she gets her hands on that briefcase, in my opinion, there is not a snowball's chance in hell that she will not be capturing that championship.
As we await this one to get underway, Danielle Wright, Kumio Ishimoto, and this one begins. And now, immediately DDT from Danielle Wright, not wanting to trade any strikes with Ishimoto just yet, but Ishimoto with the kick to the top of the dome piece. It sends Danielle right to the outside.
You know, one thing that we definitely have to acknowledge here is that both of these women operate in a, very similar style of professional wrestling. They both opt for a lot of strikes, but Danielle, on the other hand, likes to turn those strikes into a kind of submission-based offense, while Kumio just likes to knock out her opponents and leave them laying in the middle of that mat. I'm really curious as to, in these two kind of derivations of the same style, these two sub-styles, if you will, who will come out on top?
I mean, it's very much so kickboxing versus all-around MMA. It'll be very interesting to see, like you said, which specific style comes out on top. But don't let it fool you. Kumio could be just as good as a grappler as anyone else. There's a reason they call her the Golden Prodigy. She has worked up to get to this point, and there are very few that can operate at her level of intensity once she gets going in that ring.
And just bringing that head to the mat over and over again. As you mentioned, yeah, definitely not that kickboxing offense. A little bit more brutal there, but you cannot deny that it's effective as hell.
And now just wrenching on the arm, trying to take out any possibility of the fatality. That rolling elbow strike that we've seen Danielle Wright use to vicious success. Kumio knows what to look for, like I said, and she's going to do whatever she can to make this match go in her favor.
Just bringing the forearms across the face there, almost raking the eyes, but doing it in such a way that the referee not calling it. And just catching her with that knee on the side of the head.
The cold-blooded offense of Kumio Ishimoto. Not yet enough to pick up the win. But you've got to feel Danielle Wright on the ropes right now, needs to do something big here, or she might just get caught with that golden standard, and that should do it. Getting dropped right on the back of her head, Kumio Ishimoto moves on to Gold in the Bank.
Both of the women that have claimed their spot have put in some dominant performances, and I cannot wait to see when everyone is, finalized, when we know all the women in that huge Gold in the Bank ladder match, how all of those explosive personalities and huge levels of talent will look when they're going head to head.
The winner of the match, Kumio Ishimoto.
Kumio Ishimoto, big victory, showing that even though she's coming off a loss, she hasn't missed a step. And now the Golden Prodigy looks to cement that title by winning Gold in the Bank.
It would be huge for her. It would be huge for her career. And, as we've just been talking about all night, that Gold in the Bank match provides such a huge opportunity. And now looking to our first male qualifier in the night, who will be joining Lucas Button in that Gold in the Bank ladder match? It'll be the 13, Ricky Valentine, or El Rayo Dorado. Who will it be?
I mean, Ricky Valentine, we know, has held the Gold in the Bank briefcase before in the past, but he is going up against two Genesis standouts here tonight who would love to get a shot.
The following triple threat match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 222 pounds, from Moline, Illinois, the 13.
The 13 making his way down to the ring, and I'll admit, the 13 has not had the best win-loss record since coming to Vindication, but if there's any time for the 13 to pick up his first win, now would be a fantastic time to do it. Not only is it a triple threat match where it's going to be pure chaos, but also the stakes have not been higher for him since he's got here.
Absolutely. We know that the 13 is a man who likes his money, and he might be wanting to get his hands on that Gold in the Bank briefcase to increase his fortunes just that little bit more. I mean, because look at him. He's a man he's a man with style, and he's a man with substance in between those ropes.
And the opponents, weighing 240 pounds, from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, the gorgeous Ricky Valentine.
Ricky Valentine making his way down to the ring, and like I mentioned earlier, former holder of the Gold in the Bank briefcase, winning it in a singles match against FBA at the first Midsummer's Mayhem show. But of course, FBA able to get the last laugh at the end of the night. You've got to feel Ricky Valentine now, almost 4 years later, looking to redeem himself and get a true contract for a title match whenever he wants.
Absolutely. Ricky Valentine putting the term CWL legend, basically he's the dictionary definition of it, because this man, you know, he lives and breathes this company. He lives and breathes professional wrestling. He is such a capable athlete, such an intelligent wrestler in between those ropes, and I'm sure we will see that coming into full effect as he dismantles the 13 and El Rayo Dorado in this match.
Yes, we of course know that Ricky Valentine hasn't had the greatest of starts this season. Yes, he got a chance at those tag team titles. Had a match of the year candidate off the rip against Broken Standard, but since then, he's not had the greatest of luck, losing to TJ Black just a little bit ago. You've got to feel tonight could be a big night for him to bounce back.
Indeed, I think his fortunes will certainly start to turn on this night of all nights.
Weighing 235 pounds, from Guadalajara, Mexico, El Rayo Dorado.
What a luchador he is. Rayo Dorado making his way down to the ring. Did get the best of Brittania, but tonight he could get the best of Ricky Valentine and the 13 and cement his spot in the Gold in the Bank ladder match. And you've got to wonder, if given a chance at that match, how well could Rayo Dorado do?
I mean, look, it's a huge opportunity. I gotta say, Rayo Dorado not been meeting with the most success, kind of in the shoes of Ricky Valentine there. But I gotta say, where Ricky Valentine has that veteran experience, that ability to kind of bounce back and overcome, that is where Rayo Dorado is sorely lacking, especially in the CWL context. I think it's going to take a lot for him to win this match here tonight.
That's the thing, though, about triple threats, Jay. It's chaos. Anything can happen. And the two Genesis standouts going for each other right away. Ricky Valentine taking a moment to just let them fight, and now bringing the fight right to him.
Bringing him up and just breaking him down, putting him down on the knee. And Rayo right back, but getting caught with the swift elbow strikes there from Ricky Valentine. That veteran instinct, as you mentioned, having him sit back in those opening moments.
And now we're seeing the 13 try to pick his spots, but Ricky Valentine ready for it. And we're going to see a lot of that in this match. You're not going to see a lot of three people brawling all at the same time. You're going to see two people brawling and one person getting a chance to catch their breath, to bide their time, which is what Rayo Dorado is doing right now. But Ricky Valentine, just a house of fire, not letting anyone get the upper hand as he connects with that suplex. But Rayo Dorado going right for the eyes to get any advantage necessary.
Taking him out of the ring and now perched up on the top rope, looking to fly, but the knee coming crashing down on the outside. And if you ask me, Rayo Dorado's chances of winning this match have just gone straight to zero. A huge impact like that will absolutely tear apart the ligaments, weaken the bone, make it very hard for him to run and execute that fast-moving acrobatic offense that he relies upon. This is a bad development for Rayo.
Absolutely is. Now the 13 going for the cover. But there we see Rayo Dorado able to break things up. And now goes for the high kick. These two just brawling back and forth. Both of them want to represent Vindication at Gold in the Bank. And the 13 forced roll to the outside after a huge spinning wheel kick. But Ricky Valentine coming in with some strikes of his own.
Outside, and now catching him with that drop kick to the crown of the head. Ricky Valentine, of course, was able to dodge out of the way of that knee strike. I gotta think that due to the fact that he was right there, he would be taking advantage of the weakened leg, but the 13 might not give him the chance.
Yes, now went to fall possibly with the Valentine's Day Massacre, but the 13 taking him out from behind with that knee, but gets dropped toe holding. And now, oh wait a second, Rayo Dorado got him in the front chancery here. Ricky Valentine breaking his way out of the wrist lock. Kick to the gut, hooking the arms. Oh, but the 13 saving Rayo Dorado, if not inadvertently, from Ricky Valentine.
European uppercuts all around. Both men have been taken to the mat. The 13 making the cover, but Rayo able to get that shoulder up, and now, oh my goodness, flipping to his feet. I did not see that coming, and the huge super kick catching the 13 right on the jaw. This is getting electric.
13 battling back with the European uppercuts once again, and now, backdrop driver, the MWF suplex. But no, Ricky Valentine's right there.
And that is that veteran instinct of Valentine that we've been talking about. That ability to anticipate what is going to happen.
Here. Oh, I was about to cover off the powerbomb shades of Maverick Dallas.
That was close, but it was not enough to put the 13 away. The 13 does not want another loss added to his record.
Now DDT, only a 1 count. And that's what's so difficult about getting the wins in these sort of triple threat matches, as he locks in the front chancery, not able to transition anything out of it, but Rayo Dorado snapmares him and just snaps the nose.
You know, it's dirty offense, it's underhanded, but it gets the job done. And when you're a professional wrestler, you're not looking to necessarily win honorably, you're looking to get that paycheck in your bank account, and Rayo Dorado knows what he's got to do to make that happen, and now very intelligently scouting out, waiting for the perfect angle to nail Ricky Valentine with that huge super kick.
Good kick, and now Rayo Dorado standing tall in the center of the ring, again going to the high red district. It did work out for him before, but this time he connects Hurricane Rana from the heavens to the floor, but gets caught with the running knee strike. The 13 looking to capitalize. Exploded suplex, no back elbow from Rayo Dorado, and now the chop right across the chest. And a satellite DDT spiking his head.
I gotta be honest, I was shocked that that knee strike did not, was not enough to finish off Rayo Dorado. It was huge, it was tremendous, almost Shining Wizard-esque. And now Ricky Valentine, he's evaluated the situation, and he believes that he has a moment to gloat. But the 13 already getting back to his feet on the outside there, he has got to be careful.
Yeah, that's the difficulty being Ricky Valentine. Fantastic competitor, but sometimes lets his confidence turn into arrogance. And now, though, firing up against El Rayo Dorado. Big double axe handles, followed up by the 13. Interrupted with the Bulldog. Goes for the headbutt, gets caught down into the jawbreaker. Single leg calf kick connects, and now Ricky Valentine telling him to never steal his spotlight again, for he shall pay the consequences. Ricky Valentine with the whiplash neck breaker, and that could be enough. But the 13 targeting the arm.
I gotta say, we have not yet seen the money rain, that fireman's carry neck breaker from the 13 yet. And if he's able to pull it out, that could be enough. But here, caught firmly in the figure 4.
Oh, we might not get the chance, but Rayo Dorado able to break things up and save not just the 13, but himself in this match. We can catch them with a kick to the gut. And now, running the ropes. Huge right hand right to the head of Rayo Dorado. That could have just knocked him out cold. And Ricky Valentine not able, though, to punch his ticket, despite his punches to the head.
And after that punch, I think I saw one of Rayo Dorado's teeth flying across the arena. That was That was a little graphic.
Jesus!
Oh no! Once again, going for that top rope knee strike and just being absolutely planted on the ground. Rayo Dorado, it's looking very bad for him right now. But Ricky Valentine trying to send the fans home happy with a CWL special.
I think he's looking to send the fans home happy and send the 13 straight to hell as he connects, dropping him on his spine from great heights. But look, Rayo Dorado now has a chance to get back into this match, but we see his legs sort of buckling a little bit here, not able to carry Ricky Valentine, and Ricky Valentine taking advantage, sends Rayo Dorado into the ring, and this could be Ricky's chance to punch his ticket to Gold in the Bank European uppercut from Ricky.
And now he's got him here, the rear headlock applied. And just the neck on the ropes, that steel cable underneath that plastic outside. That is extremely unpleasant. And now, let's think about what Rayo's got going on here. He has got that acrobatic offense that he has just been absolutely suffering. Oh, but hold on! FWF suplex!
Drop kick to the knee of Rayo Dorado, catches him midair on the bad knee, and now the cravat suplex. The 13 with his best shot to pick up a win. 2, no. The 13 has given it everything he's got, and now he is looking to punch his ticket, and he is looking to make the money rain. DDT connects. Is that it? Is that it? The 13 did it!
What an intelligent way to capitalize. Rayo Dorado, he knew that Rayo Dorado would not be able to make the save because of those injuries to the legs, to the knees, and so he was able to capitalize with that huge DDT, planting the skull of Ricky Valentine straight onto the mat.
The winner of the match, the 13.
The 13 celebrating with his hands in the air, getting that huge win, his first win here on Vindication, and he is ready to claim that Gold in the Bank briefcase for himself.
The big 1-3, putting his record to 1-3. But we go from a match with Rayo Dorado and Brittania to a rival of both men. Brittania coming down to the ring, and you've got to feel that he's got some words to say after his big night at Shadowband.
¿Sabes qué? I'm coming up on a 1-year anniversary here on Vindication. And this last year, I've arguably accomplished much more than most of the other wrestlers I've had the pleasure of wrestling in my time in Genesis. I was second to only Alex Perez in the Banff tournament in Japan. Perdí mi maldijo ojo. I lost my damn eye. I've defeated legends such as Ebac, Zistrohor, Harris, Ricky Valentine, twice. The list goes on, but now that the likes of Pistolero, Michael Young, and Harris have jumped ship to the B show, I'm all that's left. I'm Vindication's fastest rising star, but it seems to me that I have one last obstacle to get over before I can make the push to the main event. The last obstacle before I can get my hands on a world title. Chris Princess, you're the next stepping stone that I have to reach the top.
Harry calling out former two-time Vindication World Champion Chris Princess, and I mean, he said himself he's beaten some of the best that Vindication has to offer, but you've got to feel that, I mean, is it a wise idea to go after someone like Chris Princess, especially someone who could not be all too pleased after losing the Vindication World title match at Shadowband?
I completely agree with everything that you have just said. You know, the people that the people that Brittania called out, including Ricky Valentine, are wrestlers. Chris Princess is a barbarian.
No.
Well, that was a very simple response from Chris Princess.
I mean, look, he laid out exactly what he meant, and what he meant was no. He is not going to do Griteri the honor of challenging him, and if I'm being honest, I think it's because Chris Princess is afraid of what'll happen if he steps between the ropes with a man like Griteri.
With all due respect, Jay, I don't know if Chris Princess is scared of just about anything. But that's a story that we'll have to pick up on another day. Right now, we have to see who the last Vindication woman is going to be for Gold in the Bank. As we have Olivia Mistral going up against Lady Brittania, two former openweight champions going head-to-head with a shot to get one more chance at the gold.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 150 pounds, from Bogota, Colombia, Olivia Mistral.
Olivia Mistral making her way down to the ring. And it was around this time last year that she was setting her sights big for the Vindication Women's title and coming up big against Rox. And now you've got to feel she'd love to mark the 1-year anniversary of that with a big win here tonight and to get into Gold in the Bank.
Two women who were kind of dark horse picks when they won their championships. Could they replicate that success and win the Gold in the Bank ladder match?
And her opponent, weighing 120 pounds, from Newcastle upon Tynes, England, Lady Brittania.
Lady Brittania making her way down to the ring. And she is someone who we have seen have a lot of fluctuating success here in CWL. But one thing you can't take away from her is that she is a former openweight champion. And you've got to feel she would love to get either a shot at that title again, or the Vindication Women's Champion, or the Nemesis Women's Champion. Any title she wants, if she is to win that Gold in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, you know, she's willing to take that punk rock mindset all the way to the ladder match, but she is going to have to get through Olivia Mistral first, and that is no small feat. We have seen people get tripped up at what they thought was an easy hurdle when Olivia Mistral brought them down to the mat with zero gravity.
Now this one gets underway. Call out for time to get this one started. These two very technical competitors. It's going to be interesting to see who has the advantage in this one as Olivia Mistral gets the first sort of bit of offense in this match with that STO. Lady Brittania though following it up with a snap suplex.
Now just dropping that kick right across the shoulders. Right away, Lady Brittania issuing a little bit of a statement, letting Olivia Mistral know that she is not going to be broken down and beaten into submission. This is going to be one hell of a fight if she wants to make her way to Gold in the Bank.
Now Hurricane Rana there. And these two so similarly matched in terms of styles, but we're seeing Lady Brittania just choking the life out of Olivia Mistral, showing that she isn't afraid to play a bit dirty to get what she wants.
Now here just a sick kick right to the gut. And right away, going up to the top, I have to say, I did not expect it to come out this early in the match, and maybe for good reason, as Olivia Mistral was able to see that coming, bring the...
Now, sends Olivia Mistral to the corner, does Lady Brittania, catches her, and just shoves her head first into that middle turnbuckle. Lady Brittania has been firing on all cylinders so far in this matchup.
A thoroughly unpleasant experience for really anyone if they want to get a turnbuckle like that.
Now the backdrop driver connecting to Mistral, and an elbow drop perfectly placed by Brittania. Oh, but only a 1 count, not quite enough. And Mistral right back to her feet, knows that she's been in a bit of a backstep as of late. And now Brittania forcing herself to roll to the outside.
Catching her with that Hurricane Rana, sending her onto the mat. This is not good if you're in Olivia Mistral's shoes. Look at this with the strikes, but able to fire back with that elbow.
These two brawling just outside our announce desk here. Repeated just smashes from Olivia Mistral. Someone you do not want to trade bombs with. Really, you don't want to trade a lot of things with Olivia Mistral, as she is very much so a jack of all trades. She can fly high, she can be technical, and she can drop you. But she gets dropped herself there with that satellite DDT.
Seeing her tap so many people out. Of course, Ultima lose that devastating cross that she gets to her. Lady Brittania hoping to pin her back in the ring. She loves to brawl on the side.
And now, kick to the gut from Brittania. Got her up. Code red there. The Yoshi tonic connecting. And now, Lady Brittania going up to the top rope here. Looking to call Olivia Mistral to her feet. Trying to do whatever it takes to put her down. Diving neckbreaker connects. And now just working the jaw of Mistral. Mistral trying to do what she can to get herself out of the hole. Big forearm strike connects to Lady Brittania. And now just smashing the elbow over her shoulder, trying to dislocate it at the joint.
Wrenching back on that arm, that punishment to the wrist and elbow, just so effective in Olivia Mistral's hands.
And now we see the setup, the wind up for the shuttle sickness.
That could very well be enough, but not opting for the pinfall, and Lady Brittania able to take advantage.
That's now got her up. It only takes one. Oh, wait a second. Mistral able to reverse the momentum into a Hurricane Rana. Able to dodge the Jordy driver from Brittania. But Brittania right back up to her feet. And now joining Mistral up on the top rope. High Med District. Hurricane Rana drops Mistral, and that could be it. 1, 2, no. Mistral refusing to say die. As these two continue to go back and forth. Backbreaker from Mistral into the neckbreaker.
And especially after such a devastating jawbreaker, Olivia Mistral knows exactly what she has to do to finish this thing off.
Repeated shots to the shoulders of Brittania, looking to weaken the possible, lifting power, but could be also softening her up. But the Ultima lose to punch the ultimate ticket to the ultimate opportunity for Olivia Mistral. Referee in perfect position, and Lady Brittania, wait a second, able to break it up.
I was not expecting that one. I cannot believe that Lady Brittania was able to fight her way out of such a devastating submission maneuver, especially knowing how capable Olivia Mistral is in this situation. But hold on, she's got her up and just planting her with that high powerbomb across the back of the neck.
That falling powerbomb for Brittania, showing that the shoulders are still usable. If not proving it to the fans, proving it to herself and Olivia Mistral that she's in deep, deep trouble. And now lifting her up after the series of lariats on her shoulders. Tide stopper.
Lobbering her on the ear. What a kick.
And that is it. Lady Brittania with the time stopper, putting a stop to the momentum of Olivia Mistral. What a victory for Brittania.
the winner of the match, Lady Brittania.
Lady Brittania with a massive win. And now the field is set for the Vindication women going into Gold in the Bank. But Jay, we have just one more match tonight and one more spot that needs to be filled. But first it appears Zistro Horror, who picked up a win against one of our qualifying competitors earlier tonight, picked up a win at Shearman, and now looks like he has something to say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes saw it happen at Shadowband. The Siberian Iceman is back, and he exterminated the 13. The problem that had bugged me for several weeks. The extermination of the 13 is the message to everyone in the back that wants to stand against me on my road to redemption. Because there's no holding back for me right now to end my road to redemption and get one championship that I was so close to getting. Not once, but twice. The Vindication Heavyweight Champion. I don't care if anyone wants to stop me from getting it. I don't care if the world is going to be against me. But one way or another, I am going to become the next Vindication Heavyweight Champion.
Prince out of nowhere!
Oh my god, just taking the leg out from under him. That is a statement if I've ever seen one. Zistro Horror was calling his shot and Colin Prince not letting it happen and giving this upstart a little bit of what he deserves with that chair. Look at that. About to deliver some punishment.
Wait, Zyratoa coming to save the day for Zistro Horror, running off Colin Prince, our Vindication World Champion, from doing any extra damage. And I think Colin Prince was looking to do damage to the leg of Zistro, just like Zistro did to him last year.
He should have let it happen. Look, I get it. You know, you got to stick with your faction, all of that stuff. These two are friends. But come on, I want to see Zistro just get worked over a little bit, please.
Well, regardless, we now have to turn our focus to the main event of the night. Ryan Quinn, Carl Stone, TJ Black. One of these three men will punch their ticket into Gold in the Bank. One of these three men will be representing Vindication. And we find out who that is right now.
The main event of Vindication is a triple threat match set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 235 pounds, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ryan Quinn.
Pittsburgh's wild child, Ryan Quinn, making his way down to the ring. And he has had a turbulent time since coming back to the Vindication brand. He formed this new tag team with Ryan Quinn, with Xander Woods rather. And as a team, they were unsuccessful challenging for the tag team titles and were unsuccessful getting a shot at the world title. But tonight, Ryan Quinn is flying solo. And you've got to wonder if that could be what he needed to get that chance.
I gotta say, I mean, I have honestly never paid enough attention to Ryan Quinn to realize that he's from Pittsburgh, and now that I know that, I just gotta say, it explains so much about this insufferable little dickweed. I cannot wait to see his face get turned inside out in our main event here tonight. He is going to get absolutely brutalized by TJ Black.
Well, regardless of my broadcaster's thoughts on his former employee, Ryan Quinn, you've got to feel, has the resume to prove why he could be in the Gold in the Bank ladder match. But a resume is good and all, but can he do his job? Can he get the job done? That is what we are finding out here tonight. Because standing across the ring, well, it's two people that may want it just a little bit more.
And the opponents, weighing 196 pounds, from Washington, D.C., the Snake, Carl Stone.
And while Ryan Quinn might be the wild card of the CWL, I think Carl Stone might be the wild card of this match. As since he debuted on Vindication, people have been saying that he's been a step behind his other Genesis graduates here on the Vindication brand. Now, with two Genesis, alumni punching their ticket on the men's side and two punching their ticket on the women's side, Carl Stone has the chance to show that, hey, he can keep pace. He's not falling behind, and show why he's been on such a tear these past few weeks.
It is going to take a lot, though, to overcome such capable challengers sharing that ring with him. We know what the other men in this match are capable of, and Carl Stone still has what I would say is a lot of unexplored possible potential in the CWL.
Weighing 215 pounds, from Salt Lake City, Utah, the Loaded Dog, TJ Black.
189 days all came to an end just 7 days ago. As an unfamiliar sight comes down the aisle, TJ Black is no longer your Twitch champion. But what he is now is a man with nothing left to lose. He is a man with a whole new sight on life. And he is a man looking to punch his spot and looking to prove himself that he's more than just a Twitch champion, that he can win Gold in the Bank and become a world's champion.
Look, I gotta say, I was not anticipating this level of, well, if I'm being quite frank, I guess I wasn't expecting him to lose to Ebac. I mean, he has just been such a dominant tear, and I was expecting it to continue well into the future, but he has an opportunity to make good on what he lost at Shadowband and dominate the other two competitors in this match.
Ryan Quinn immediately taking the head off of TJ Black. We know the history that those two have had. Wars over the Twitch titles in the past. You've got to feel those two want to prove that they are truly the better man, but like I said, Carl Stone, that little X factor, that little wild card, gotta be putting both of them off their game.
And Ryan Quinn taking that moment to gloat. He saw that TJ Black and Carl Stone were locked together in conflict, and now he's looking to come in here and pick the scraps. I gotta say, as much as I may not like him personally, I cannot deny that is that veteran instinct that has made Ryan Quinn a multiple-time champion here in the CWL.
I mean, the man has almost done it all. Vindication World Champion, Nemesis World Champion, Twitch Champion. The man is accomplished upon accomplished. But tonight, he goes up against two people who have yet to win a world title.
I mean, the way that TJ Black carried that Twitch championship, he made it, almost an impossible mountain to climb, the amount of prestige that he gained, that he added to that championship is really something to consider when you're qualifying something with world title or not. And now, when you look at the way that Ryan Quinn and TJ Black are just going at each other right now, you can tell how capable they are.
Yeah, back and forth strike exchange, and now targeting the legs of Carl Stone before just taking him to the outside. And TJ Black here, someone who is lethal, like a surgeon with his precision. And you've got to feel that on the outside he is even more comfortable. As shades of Daniel Chandler there with that DDT. We saw at Endgame just how brutal TJ Black could be when it goes to the outside of the ring, and Carl Stone is finding that out firsthand.
And now when you look at Ryan Quinn trying to pry TJ Black, but able to just throw Fryer the outside, and when we look at the brutality.
As TJ Black continues to, just like you said, dish out that brutality to Ryan Quinn, tossing him around the outside area, this time tossing him into Carl Stone. Carl Stone, though, that might just woken him up as he fires all the strikes to TJ Black, but you do not want to trade blows with the loaded gun as he hits that shot to Carl Stone, but gets hit in the back of the head with that Gamengiri from Ryan Quinn. And now Quinn has him by the back of the neck, looks to take him into the ring, but TJ Black fighting with the elbow strikes into the stomach. And now sending him onto the apron. As TJ might go back and forth. Carl Stone getting back into this match. Not wanting to let the decision pass him by.
That vent to his glove. These two lock up.
As Carl Stone goes for the leg roll. Not quite able to get it. Instead gets hit with the Quinn shot. But wisely, so wisely, rolls to the outside after the Quinn shot. Not giving Quinn a chance to capitalize, but he was still able to pick up the 2 count on TJ. And you've got to feel that just shows how Carl Stone is wise beyond his years as a wrestler. He knew that he just got hit with one of Ryan Quinn's best moves, and now TJ, tasting the effects of the Quinn shot, goes into the cover, but this time Carl Stone there to break things up. As now Quinn got him up, air raid crash, neck breaker connects on the back of the head. As Carl Stone gets called to his feet, and this time a second Quinn shot connects. And that should do it. TJ's down, Carl is out, and Quinn is off to Gold in the Bank.
The winner of the main event, Ryan Quinn.
Tonight, Vindication has given the keys to the Gold in the Bank. But it's all up to them and all up to whoever comes from Nemesis' side if they could get the prize. A shot at a championship, whatever they choose. And I can't think of a better man to have that level of chaos on his side than the wild card Ryan Quinn. And on the behalf of Jay Scott, Vindication, and all of the CWL, I am Alexandra Shaw bidding you a very farewell adieu.